What's up, y'all? Man, it's been like how long since we've been together? It's been a minute. Welcome to another episode of The Real, and I'm so happy to be back. What's up, y'all? I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this day for like literally the last couple of weeks once I realized that I had my date and everything set to go on the show. So thank y'all for joining me. I'm your host, Steve Holmes. I know we'll probably have some new people join in, and we'll go through the whole shebang tonight. Listen, we got like, oh my gosh, I have a page full of notes, and I actually am going to like have to look down and read my notes because it's so many things that we got to talk about. It's just been an avalanche of amazing positive news for Bethune-Cookman University. So yeah, I'm excited. Y'all make sure y'all show up in the comments. Y'all know I like to give y'all some love. Who we got? Angelina, my buddy. How you doing? Welcome, man. McKinley, I think I know who that is. Listen, I'm glad to be back, glad to be seen. So yeah, we are back at it, and I'm really happy to be talking to y'all again. We got a lot to get to, so I'm not going to belabor it. So let's get right to it. For those of you who are joining for the first time, you all know I like to kick off my show talking about key people to the program. We are a grassroots organization exclusively to benefit Bethune-Cookman University, but we also need support in doing some of the things that we want to do, like running this show. And so I always like to give a shout out to the people who continue to support this show week in, week out. It's our first time since June. And so I was waiting I'm thinking in my mind, all right, it's probably going to be a week or two before, people start to kind of resume supporting the program. But week before last week, these three gentlemen, Eric, Vernon, Adrian, let me tell you something. They've been with me from day one. And it's a few others out there that have been with me from day one as well. But I appreciate y'all, man. Any donation to the show. Somebody yesterday, I made a post and they asked me like how they can help. And I get to that in a second, but let me finish my thought here. Eric, Vernon, and Adrian, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for continuously supporting the show, watching the show, tuning in, subscribing, sharing, all the things. It really means a lot, and it just helps us to continue to grow. And for those people who are asking how we can support the show, you got three ways. One is you can make sure that you are subscribed to our channel here on YouTube. Secondly, you can also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we're on TikTok too. We're not as busy there, but we're trying to get it going over there as well. And then three, and most importantly, is you can be a financial contributor to the show. If you do so, every time I cut this camera on to do a show, I will make sure people know that you supported the show financially. All right. So I'm really thankful for the people that do that. And so, yeah, let me go back to the comments. Oh, if there's one Vickers in the room, there's two. We got a whole family. Warnell, congratulations. I saw you you got ordained. Congratulations, my brother. That's a good brother right there, y'all. Warnell Vickers. My brother Jason, what's up, my man? Beautiful curls, 82. Hey, girl. My man Adrian. Every week we locked in, man. Who else we got? Yeah. Oh, somebody says, are we discussing the band tonight? Wow. Y'all ready to get like to it? We gonna discuss a lot of things. I have to give y'all fair warning though. There is so much packed in this show. Most of the stuff is gonna be like very high level. I won't go into depth. I don't even have time to do the call segment like we normally do. Because I wanted to give room enough to talk to the show. And if anybody is can share this in like the Facebook groups or whatever, just to let people know we're on, that'd be great. Doesn't matter who does it. So let's get to the news. If you've been keeping up, the last time y'all saw me was in June, and I had the opportunity to sit down with our now 8th president, Dr. Albert Mosley. And when I tell y'all, this brother has hit the ground running. I mean, I made a post yesterday on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, and I basically made a comment saying that, like, we are literally witnessing a transformational turnaround of a institution in real time. And we really are. And it's not all Dr. Mosley, but a lot of it is just the fact that he's here and we have a leader. And it's really been amazing to see what the school has been doing these last 2 or 3, well, I'd say probably 5 or 6 weeks or so. It really into summer. And so some of the things that I noticed right out of the gate with Dr. Mosley was, for those of you that have been paying attention, they got the new value-based messaging, BCU Rising, and all of us all in, and that's the both of those are kind of like the battle cries for the institution right now. And so it is fitting for the time, which is why I kind of named the show BCU Rising, because it's just like, it really does feel like the start of something new, the start of something special. And again, I'm like just sitting here just watching everything kind of unfold, and it feels like every time I open Facebook or social media, it's like I see something else good. I see something else that has been positive, and I feel like that's how we used to be before things kind of, before we hit those potholes. But if you look at some of the pictures here, like that was, what's the gentleman's name? Randy Fine, U.S. Congressman Randy Fine. You'll see the picture there in the B-roll. Was on campus, and it's important, y'all. Remember, we have to navigate our institution through a conservative administration here in Florida. And the good thing is, because we are a private institution, we don't have quite the same red tape that a state school like the school up north does. But at the same time, we do rely on funding from the state, and they bankroll us like $17 million every year, and that just got renewed this year again. And that is money we need in order for us to continue to have those relationships, so that we can continue that kind of funding. We've got to be able to talk to our local politicians, our state politicians, and make good relationships with them. I know sometimes we feel a way about our politicians, but these guys hold the power of the purse, and especially in our case, where if we're not getting funded through our scholarships and through our tuition, we're at the mercy of enrollment, and that's just the nature of where we are financially. So we need supplemental income from other places, via state funding, via donors, via alumni giving, right? Which I ain't gonna get y'all tonight, but we got to talk. So yeah, there's really like a lot that we have to consider when it comes to the job that we're going to be asking President Mosley to do over the next several years, and realizing that sometimes he's going to have to talk to some people that we otherwise, we may not necessarily want to talk to on a normal basis. But in this case, I think Randy Fine is one of the good guys. So otherwise, I don't think he'd be on campus. That's just maybe somebody we go see in Tallahassee when need be. But that said, Dr. Mosley has really hit the ground running every other day. He's in some event. I do know he's planning on. They're doing. He's got his tour coming up, and he's going to be doing some stops. I know. I think he's in Orlando tonight. I'm not sure. It's either in Orlando tonight or maybe it's next week. But I know it's going to the Central Florida regional chapter meeting, and then I think he'll be in Miami in a couple of weeks or so, and I assume he'll make his way up here to Atlanta. So yeah, the guy has been moving, and so I'm thankful for him. I really hope you all get a chance to meet him. And I don't mean just see him from afar. I hope you get a chance to meet Dr. Albert Mosley. He's a swell guy. He is an absolute swell guy. What else we got in the news? And so one of the things that I think came up in the news, and we posted this, was we received a $900,000 grant from the National Science Foundation, and again, that is a huge deal. That that's money we can use for to build up our technology infrastructure. Now, let me park for a second because I got a bone to pick with a couple of people. Chanel says, I'm sorry, y'all. He'll be in Orlando on Thursday. I knew it was sometime. Y'all, also, that reminds me. It's Tuesday. I normally go on Thursdays. So in my mind, I was thinking it was Thursday. But I will be on Tuesdays moving forward. But yes, I got a bone to pick. Now, when this announcement came out, I can't tell you how many people was like, well, we need to use the money to build some new dorms. I'm like, y'all, this money ain't for dorms. When people give us money, most of the time, they're going to earmark the money and the donations that they give to the school. It's either going to be used for, in this case, technology, infrastructure, science. We could go to scholarships. It can go to athletics or whatever it is. They're not going to cut us a check and just say, don't spend it all in one place. People want to know where their money going, and they'll normally earmark it before they give it to us. So, we're not building a dorm with $900,000. That might get us some new bunk beds in the dorms, but no, we need a lot more than that. But yeah, I'm really grateful that we've got this donation, and then if you tack this on to what they did during the giving day of giving, I mean, you're talking about between that time and now, the school has garnered a few $1 million. And so, from what I hear, y'all know me, I keep my ears to the ground. There's a little bit more money that I heard the school got. I don't know how much or what it is, but I think they're going to be putting that out there soon. So listen, the wins have been coming. It's like day after day, week after week. It's just been like win after win after win after win. And I'm really grateful. So yeah, let me get back to the comments. Who else we got out there? My man, Mr. Vernon Jackson. Good evening. Welcome back, Stephen. It's a new day at the great BCU with our eighth president, Dr. Albert Mosley. Hell Wildcats. Absolutely, man. It's a good day. It's a good day. McKinley says he reminds me a lot of Dr. Bronson. He's definitely giving those kind of vibes. And so, yeah, I'm hoping he can continue to live up to it. I don't know if anybody will live up to the great late Dr. Bronson, but if anybody's up for it, I do believe Dr. Mosley has the temperament to do so. And in other news, like they had the BCU Rising prayer service in the chapel, and that looked like an amazing thing, an amazing event where I think local clergy came together to pray for the school, pray for the pastor, cover the school. And that's what we need, because we do, as good as things feel, we still have a road ahead. Everything isn't fixed with the institution, like that. We still have a lot that needs to be done, but it feels good to know that there's a person in place to help guide us and give us a vision, because we all secretly want to be led. I learned that in business, that people secretly want to be led. And so whenever you have somebody in place of leadership that can map out and chart a course, man, that's beautiful. It just makes everybody feel at ease, like we know where we're going, we know what's next, this is what we're doing, this is what we're not doing. And again, he just gives off those really soft but authoritative vibes. And I'm giving him a lot of flowers right now, but trust me, if you guys meet him, you'll feel the same way. What else? I'm trying to make sure I'm hitting everything. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna keep it moving. Students are back this week, or really, freshmen have been back for 2 weeks. I think upperclassmen came back last week or sometime last week, I think. And just so you know, I think this was a really huge freshman class, 1,100 students, which is pretty big for the school. And I do think, as far as enrollment, I didn't get that number, but I do know it's pretty high. And so a lot of good, a lot of positive. One of the things I heard, again, I hadn't confirmed it. I'm lying. I did confirm it with someone from admissions, that this was one of the smoothest like freshman check-ins that they can even remember having. Now let me tell you something. If you was at Cookman when I was there, I can't even imagine what these kids now would do if they had to register and go through check-in how we did it. And everything was on paper. They had to find your name in a little file, and they had to go through and do all the things. You get your key card, and you got to go wait in this line and wait in that line and wait in this line. Now everything's digital. They treat the kids now like they go into the Hilton. And you get the early check-in and just use the app and all this stuff. So that's good. Technology gets us there. And he says, yeah, Angelina says, I remember that time. And yeah, like if y'all know, that gym, you go into the gym and it's 15,000 lines all around the gym. There's 300 people in each line. They trying to, everybody, they getting sent from this line to that line. Yeah, I don't know how we made it. I have no idea how we made it, through those days. But these kids now, man, they don't realize it. But they listen. They living in a special time. But yeah, they're doing their thing. I do know there's been a lot of positive feedback. I'll say this. I know there was some people were a little bit worried, and I actually talked to a couple of students, reached out to me over the summer during the break about the housing situation. And I remember talking, I asked Dr. Mosley in person when we met in Daytona about it and how, what was he doing to help. And it ended up not really being a housing situation or a housing crisis. And there was just some wires got crossed with the systems, and some people were able to go in and register sooner than they were. And they ended up not having, I think, as many deposits paid as people that had agreed to come and all. So it was a bunch of stuff that really amounted to not a whole lot. Now, there were some issues, I believe, with check-in for upperclassmen. I didn't hear a whole lot, but if we're not hearing nothing, then I'm going to assume it's good. Students, especially upperclassmen, listen, if there are issues with these things, tell us or tell somebody at the school so we can help you shed light on it. Because we don't like we don't know. I can't help you. I can't amplify any of those types of issues if I don't know about it. So because again, what we're here to do is to keep us help the school keep a certain level of transparency and accountability, and making sure like we're holding each other accountable, everybody, alumni, leadership, students. Like if we're gonna be a family, like everybody's got to hold each other accountable in their own own way. So is it 900 freshmen were cleared before they stepped foot on campus? Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Sky Convention says get to the front of one line and then sit to financial aid, and it's like 800 kids in the financial aid line, and then you go to the wrong. You got to go to the FAFSA line, and you're supposed to go to the private loan line. And listen, y'all, that was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. So yeah, kudos. Lots of, again, you seeing President Mosley everywhere. He's on campus. He's helping kids move in dorms, like all the things. Like the kids, I think, have taken a liking to him. And I do intend, I don't know if there's any students watching now, Seagal, Ben, Caden, y'all give me a call, because I would love to bring you guys back on and kind of just top the year off. I would love to know how things are going. And again, just to pick your brains on how you're feeling about new president and all that stuff. So yeah, let's keep it moving. In some really like big news, this is the big news of the day, or so far the week. This is what's crazy. This is what I mean by we're watching Bethune-Cookman. Like we're watching a remarkable turnaround in real time. This would not happen even 2 years ago. It just wouldn't happen. And all it takes is just a little bit of clarity and a little bit of, again, leadership and unity for ESPN to be like, all right, I think we can head down there now. I think we can go to BCU and check them out. Classic week. And now let me say this, and I'm going to park here for a second if y'all don't mind. They're coming Classic Week. Now, the first thing I thought was, and I shouldn't think this, but I know some of y'all did too. Why are they not going to FAMU? Right? Like why? And don't get me wrong. Maybe they didn't even think about FAMU, which would be even better. And I shouldn't even. Again, the school up north. I try not to say their name. The school up north people. But what I thought about, and I imagine if they already knew they were coming, or they wanted to shed some light on the Florida Classic, which I do believe is on the ABC networks, so ESPN being there makes perfect sense. Them going to A&M, I just don't think they want to deal with going to that school and then having all those signs in the back where the people be about you know who, their new president, because they hate that lady. They do not like her, and every time you see a post with her face on it and that school, they go on there and they drag that lady to the darkest pits of hell. And I'm like, wow. So I imagine they're thinking about that. And then they say, well, Cookman loves their president. And so far, yeah, we do. And we've got a much, I mean, it's just, again, it's just amazing how the tables turn. And again, that's speculation, anecdotal. I don't know that is how ESPN like came to the decision to go here instead of FAM on Classic Week. But you know what? I got to give a kudos to ESPN for doing so. You know why? Because they always go to the big schools. Always. It's always the school up north. It's always, you know, the Howards, the Southerns, the Jackson States. Like, they go to the big schools and the big schools get the exposure and the big media pushes, and they often leave out the small schools. Now, I would give First Take a little credit. They will typically try to get to smaller schools, and I think they're going to. I got it written down. They're going to Norfolk State, Delaware State, and then they're going to the Magic City Classic with Alabama A&M and Alabama State, and then they're closing. We're the final show. They're closing with us, and that is just like how did we get here? Like, how did we get here? So I think that they made a wise decision by coming to Bethune-Cookman. Now, y'all can't listen. I got to give y'all the talk that, your mama give you. Listen, when the company come over here, listen, don't y'all embarrass me, right? That's what that is what Mother Mary is saying right now. Do not embarrass me when these folk come to this house, because y'all know how we can do. But no, I think it's going to be a good time, and we need everybody to show up. I wish I could get down there that week just to be in a place. I don't too much be rocking with Stephen A like that, but I can respect that they be trying to get to the HBCU campuses and show us some love. So for that, respect, man. Love to see him and Molly. So we're talking about sports, so I think it's time that we pivot to a subject that I oh Lord. Listen, y'all. I wrote an article today. Y'all go to the avbcu.com. I wrote an article. And the football team, they're getting ready to ramp up. Y'all know this is a dark spot right now for Bethune-Cookman University. And the team used to be able to kind of, in the last 3 or 4 years, the team could hide a little bit because there was so much controversy surrounding the school. Now the tables have turned and the narratives have flipped. And the school is kicking you know what. And everybody's waiting for the football team to do it. Just get us back to respectability. I don't think anybody's asking, to go undefeated. Even though we wouldn't go undefeated with our 2 money games. But we just want a respectable season. And I've had a couple of people ask me, how did I feel about the season? Listen, I feel nothing. I'm not even gonna go out and make any predictions. I do have. I'll share some of the stuff I had in my article about the team and Coach Woody, but I got no expectations. Winning 7 games, 8 games in 4 years. I got 0 expectations. 0. This is Coach Woody's contract year. This is his show me year. This is his money year. So I know the pressure and coaches, they're like, no, I don't, we got to go out there and just play ball and we got to just win games and, all the coach speak. But I imagine he's feeling a little bit of it. Because there's 3 things that can happen that I think are going to happen in terms of the fate of Coach Woody. The first fate, right, is we win anywhere from 2 games again to 4 games. If we do that again this year, I don't know how you can justify keeping him after the season if he even makes it through the season. At that point, if you've only won 2 games, at some point that, you can't justify keeping him around. And I hate to say that because he's a son of the institution. He went to the school. And I generally like Coach Woody. But when it's about wins and losses at the end of the day. So listen, the second scenario is he wins anywhere from 5 or 6 games. And that's the gray area. That's the gray area. Because if you win 5, which 5 did you win? Right? If the 5 is Edward Waters, Mississippi Valley State, you know, those types of wins, you know, do you keep them around? I don't know. But if those 5 wins are Jackson State, FAMU, maybe you go and upset FIU, and maybe you toss in a Grambling and a Valley State, right? Then I feel like that is the toughest place the school could be in, is if you're in that 5 to 6 game win streak and you got some big wins in those 5 or 6. That's tough. That's tough. And obviously, if you win 7 games, yeah, you bring him back. If you win 7, he would have had to have beaten a team that we weren't supposed to beat, and that's what a lot of the time is going to keep a coach's job, is beating teams you're generally not supposed to beat. That'll keep it going. That'll get you another contract. But I don't know what to think. I just don't know what to think, and it's going to be tough. What's good, Adam? He says Florida is still one of the best recruitment states, so we have to get the football component fixed. It is of utmost importance that we get the football component fixed, because do y'all understand what would happen to the institution if the football team starts winning games, and dare I say it, even get to a celebration bowl? Do you understand what that means for the institution this year, when you got a new president, when you got all of this momentum? If they can find a way to beat a couple of good teams and just compete for a SWAC title, which is not far. Listen, we lost 5 games last year by a total of, I think, 13 points. We didn't close games last year. We played well. We played a bunch of teams really well. We just didn't close games. And so if we can find a way to close out the close games or just win them outright and dominate, win homecoming, beat the school up north, steal one from Jackson or Southern, beat Edward Waters, beat Mississippi Valley State, beat Grambling, that's 7 wins right there. That's 6 or 7 wins right there. That'll keep your job. That will keep your job. But you got to do it. You got to do it. Let me go back to let's see. One that says the portal is killing. Yeah, the portal is killing us. We lost Dennis Palmer, man, and that one stung a little bit. That one stung a little bit. Oh, what's up, my man? You got a J State fan in the place. That's a tough ask being in the Eastern Division. I listen. We know it's a tough ask if we were not in the Eastern Division and we were in the easy division. That's how bad we've been. So I'm not saying we're gonna do any of that. I'm saying we just have to have a respectable year, and we got to compete, and we can't do the moral victory thing. And yeah, we just lost by a point. We took Southern to 5 OT last year. Should have won that game, but couldn't punch it in when we needed to. Like, those are games you can win. We went up, I think, 17-zip or 10-zip on Jackson State at homecoming, and they came and just walked us down. Like, the team has shown flashes when it wants to, like, compete. I don't know whether we're gonna do it or not. I have no expectations, 0. If y'all are gonna ask me to over under the win total this year, I got nothing for you. I have nothing for you, because if I'm going historically, I'm going to just take the under 5. You know, because I don't know. So yeah, what else we got? Exactly. Like, performance. Listen, once you start winning games, and I think they proved that and I think this might be more true for FBS, but they say when schools get to like they win championships or they're in championship games or whatnot, enrollment increases like substantially, and obviously it's because of all the exposure and the media and marketing that they get, and it's free. But like the same is no different. Look at kind of what happened with Jackson State. Once they won Celebration Bowl, like you just saw this groundswell of just awesomeness come from Jackson State, and my brother's online now and from Jackson State, and I just want to say, listen, I'm admiring from afar what Jackson State has done. Now let me tell you this, y'all fan base get on my nerves, but that aside, listen, that school has done some amazing stuff over the last 5 years. I know everybody be like the Deion effect and all this, but they've sustained it for the most part. Have y'all seen their band? Y'all see the numbers? Like, the band has even grown. And they just they're like doing everything right. They feel like how we were in 2010, 2011, 2012, when we were just on top of the world. You couldn't tell us nothing. We was beating the brakes off of everybody we saw. And like everything was great. The band was huge. Football team was kicking everybody's butt. Enrollment was up. Like, it feels like Jackson State is in that space now. And so hopefully, we can make it back. All right. I've rambled about football enough. Now we got to talk a little bit about my fave, the band. They got a big battle of the bands coming up. I think I got it written down to September. I think it's 14th, and it's, man, y'all. I thought I had this written down. I'd be tripping. September 14th. And so that'll be, I think, their first battle of the bands this year. And I know I don't think they released a schedule, and I don't know if Tiffany Todd is on here. I know you all seen that one picture, and everybody's been talking about it, that Cookman had 14 freshman tubas, which is a big deal. But I haven't seen any other pictures of the band since band camp, since freshman camp last year. I don't know. Oh, right. Hey, Tiff. Let's see. We will be traveling to FIU and SC State. Great. And I saw the announcement about the Battle of the Bands that's coming up on the 14th. So we got 2 away games. That kind of stinks. I was kind of hoping they would get to a SWAC school, but it looks like it's going to be FIU and SC State, which that SC State game is a big game. It's not a conference game, but that'll be a measuring stick game for us, because y'all know SC State, oh my gosh, anytime we play them, it is a dog fight. So we come out of that one with a win. I feel better about the team. All right, not to harp on the team again. But back to the band. They've got a hopefully a big year coming up. I'm really excited about what's new. I heard a bird. I'm gonna tease y'all, but and this is, I don't know what kind of tease this is. I just heard something about the program, and maybe you can follow up with me, Tiffany, to confirm. I got a little bit of news, and it's potentially kind of big news concerning I just say the band. And so once I know, I'm sure they'll do their own stuff about it, and it'll be news. It'll be all right. What else we got? This is news here. It is slated that Southern game has been moved to Tampa, but I can't get a name of the game yet since it's a neutral location. So Southern and Cookman in Tampa. I wonder why not Jacksonville like they did a couple years ago. Tampa's strange. That's weird, but okay, that's cool. Let's see what else we got. And she also says the band can't post a schedule yet because they're waiting to finalize a special performance. Cool. The special performance is they're gonna join. They're gonna join the real. They're gonna come back here and be playing. They're gonna play the real theme song live on the show. I wish. What else we got? So yeah, I just wanted to make sure to touch on the band a little bit. I think everybody's eager to see this edition of the Pride. I'm always eager to see them. I try not to watch any videos during the off season or during band camp until closer to like game week, when I know they'll probably be a little bit more prepared and ready. And then I can be like kind of excited when I excuse me, when I actually see them. So thankful for them. And oh, this is good too. All of the construction. Oh, that's right. Everbank is going. They're renovating it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. That makes sense then. All right. All right, y'all. So before I hit my last topic, I'm gonna get a little lead into it. So we spent the last, I would say, from January to June, really focusing on looking for and finding our next president. And so that was kind of what the show focused on. And we were heavily like on, the search and how things were going. And we were following the search. And we spent so much time on that. And there was so much else happening outside of that, but we just couldn't get to it because that was just it was weighing on everybody so heavily because we just really wanted to get it done. And so now that we've done that and we're kind of done focusing on like who's going to lead the school, we now get to focus on the alumni. And I'm here to announce to you all tonight that our Golden Honors Program, which is a recognition program that we've designed here at the Ave, this will be our annual signature program. Nomination period opens on Friday. Y'all will start seeing stuff tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday in the lead up into nominations. And let me kind of explain what this means for everybody. We got a lot of really amazing alumni. And I always felt like we just didn't honor any of you enough. And I know some of that has been because of the capacity at the institution. They didn't have the people to run the program and do the things, because as we're learning now, there was no way I was going to be able to do this program alone like I try to do this show. I have outsourced the entire Golden Honors program to a committee of 6. I won't reveal who they are yet. You all will see that in decent order, but everybody is a Wildcat and has graduated. And so what we want to do, again, is we're going to honor you. And if y'all know how I roll, like, I don't do nothing, pardon my French, and this is my one cursing word tonight, I don't do nothing half-assed, right? Everything I try to do it with excellence and decency and in order. And this will be no different. In fact, we're going to really do something special for alumni. So let's just talk about it for a second. This is the nominee categories, right? And I'll get into details in a second. But we've got 3 categories. We've got current seniors, which will be considered our pre-alumni category. We have the young professional category, which is 40 and under. And then we have our Vanguard category, which will be 40 plus. And so that way we get to cover the past, the present, and the future, not just the typical, and this is not a shot at anybody, but not just the typical 40 under 40. Like, there are people who don't hit their stride until later in life, right? And there are some people that hit their stride really early, and there are some people who we can see the potential that they're gonna hit a stride real soon, and we want to make sure to recognize those people. And so, alumni, of course. And so, for current seniors, you've got to be your status has to be listed as a senior. It's not like your fourth year, because y'all know it's some fourth year juniors and stuff like that on campus. But you have to be categorized as an actual senior. And then also alumni 40 and under, self-explanatory. This will be our largest group. That'll be where the bulk of the awards and the recognition will go towards. And then we also have the Vanguard group, which will be our seasoned saints who who's out here getting after it, doing great things still, but maybe have never been formally recognized for their contributions or the way they uphold the legacy of our founder. And so it's really important for me and for the team that have put this together, because I didn't put it together. The team put it together, the committee. It's important to all of us as grads and alumni that we show each other off. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there are some amazing alumni, and I meet them every day. I was at the SWAC Alliance picnic on Saturday with the BCU Atlanta chapter, and I met some of you out there. I met Carnell Waddy and his wife, and they little busy baby. And I knew of him. I've seen some of his just things on like LinkedIn and maybe on Facebook, and he works at the Marriott, and this guy's like opened up like 2 or 3 Marriotts. I think that's what he does, is he opens Marriotts. And he came out of the hospitality department, and these are people who just flying under the radar, doing great things, raising families, working, building their own legacies, and still holding up the values of the institution. Those are the types of people that should be recognized. And so I want to make sure that we do something special for everybody. So this is an official program. The nomination period starts on Friday. All right. And y'all have everything. We already got a website built out for it, like everything. The nomination period opens on Friday. I believe it'll be open for a period of 30 days. It may be a little bit over, but I think it's 30 days. And then they will select from the nominees. They're going to select 25 names or 25 nominees to, apply for the award. We'll also use this program to do a bit of fundraising. So listen, it's going to be amazing. And I hope this is a big turnout. Please make sure, you got to be following the Av. Like, you got to be subscribed. I know that this is like kind of cheesy, but if we gonna honor you, at least got to be following the Av, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least follow the page, subscribe to the YouTube page. At least do that, right? But no, seriously, in all seriousness, like, we're looking for dope alumni that are doing fabulous things and who might otherwise never be noticed outside of their own circle. And so I hope y'all like that. I hope that this turns into like a thing. We want it to be our signature event every year. We're going to have a live show. Our original plan was to have a live in-person mixer during Classic Week in Orlando. Because of my busy personal life, that idea is no longer feasible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this first year. We're just gonna do a live broadcast, a live show, the Golden Honors, and we're gonna highlight all the winners. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna reward them, and we're just gonna make it real special for those people, because who doesn't like to be recognized for working hard and being special? You know what I'm saying? So I hope yeah, I hope I've done my part. I hope the committee that is watching this right now, I hope I didn't mess nothing up, because listen, I got the committee. They are the ones that have designed the whole thing. So, yeah, I'm gonna shut up while I'm ahead. Let me go to the comments. Let me see what we got. Yep, Sky Convention says we have a lot of dope alumni. Absolutely. Uh, Truth, my man, Mr. Hunt, how you doing tonight? Janelle says classic tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. I will buy one, but I can't go. So, whatever. And this will be possible without you, bro. Hats off to you, Michelle. Um, I appreciate that, but it takes a village. You know what I'm saying? And yes, we will be giving folk their flowers. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the lay of the land. I believe that I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, but we'll get back to our normal run of the show. We'll open the phone line. I know we'll have some guests. It's like a really busy time, y'all, and there's so much going on, and there's a bunch of things that I think I could have talked about that I didn't. I had notes and all the things, but I just wanted to make sure to hit like all the high level things. And so again, it's been a great first how many, I think Dr. Mosey's been in month and a half, 2 months maybe. And I didn't think we'd see a turnaround quite this quick. But we have. Oh, and I did talk about his cabinet. Man, I wish I didn't load in the graphic, but his cabinet is fantastic. You've got, of course, like the Sherry Paramore. You've got, I believe, Dr. Camille Shepard, Dr. Patel, Daisy Grimes is back, which I love, Mama Grimes. Oh man, don't. All right, I should have started naming names. But he's got his full cabinet. He's got a bunch of heavy hitters that I know they are going to do an absolutely bang up job righting the ship, getting our institution back on track. And so again, I'm thankful for everybody that either came back, for the people that stayed through all the BS, that are like, I'm gonna just stick it out. It's people like Dr. Sherry Paramore. Like, imagine what they have seen. You know what I'm saying? Over the last 6, 7, 8 years, like, they've seen a lot. And to be here, I think like Darian McCaskill of Cat Eye Network. When I was there in June, he and I talked. And I'm just like, man, y'all have seen a lot, and to still be standing there at 640 Man McLeod Bethune Boulevard after all these years, after all of the stuff, is just remarkable. And that's gonna make us stronger, y'all. It's gonna make us stronger. Let's see. I think I hit everything I was supposed to hit. Please follow me, follow the show, do all the things, contribute. If you want to become a real MVP, there's a Cash App down at the bottom. You don't have to listen. You don't have to break the bank. $5, $10, $15, $20. It all goes back into the show. We got to pay for subscriptions and equipment and all that stuff, and it helps. I count it all joy, no matter the amount. I appreciate it. So yeah, if there is nothing else, I'm gonna cut the camera off and be like, God dog it, I forgot to say this. I know I'm gonna do that. It happens every time. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. That's it, y'all. I will see y'all next week. Same place, same time. Remember, we're on Tuesday nights. See, I knew it. I don't know when. I don't know if they're watching the show right now. Hale Wildcats Gridiron Show starts on Thursday. Those are the football guys. If you want to hear about the football team and all the stuff and all the players, watch their show Thursday nights. They're over on Facebook, and I also believe they're on YouTube. That's just a plug for them. They're Thursday nights. I'm Tuesday nights. And yeah, peace, y'all.